Rebel in Alexandria, Virginia. Rebel.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Happy Thanksgiving. Just
Thank
want
you.
to say thank you for everything.
My pleasure.
Actually, Brad, I talked to you last week, and I asked you about the new public charge rules, and then I was explaining to my wife. She's right next to me right here, so I just want to clarify to her that
Where is she
that
right now? She's in Virginia with you?
Yeah, she's in Virginia with me. I sponsor her and everything. She came here 7 months ago through the marriage, like I told you last time.
So you're going to file an adjustment application, or you have already, right?
No. She came here already. She got her green card and everything.
Then you don't have
2
to.
years.
Then you don't have. Okay, so she's next to you. Tell her
Yeah.
she does not need to worry for 1 minute about the public charge rules. It will not affect her. She has her green card already.
Yeah, because the reason why she's listening right now, because she's receiving Section 8 house and Medicare, through along with me. And then she was, worrying that when she remove a condition, she thinks that is going to affect her.
It will not. It will not. The new public charge rules at this moment only apply to people who are applying for their green cards for the first time at a U.S. embassy abroad. And as a matter of fact, the form's not even ready yet for the new public charge provisions. So even though it's in effect, the U.S. embassies aren't even going by it until they actually allow the form to be released. It's the form I-9 something or other. So that form's not even out yet, okay? If you already entered the United States with your green card, even a 2-year green card, like your wife did,
remove the condition.
To remove the conditions, these new public charge will not apply to her. It never will, and it hasn't in the past, and it never will in the future. Because when you go to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, all you have to do is prove it's a real marriage. So for your wife and yourself, you fall under the old laws, the public housing, everything, you're all good.
Okay, even through the citizenship when she
even through the citizenship. Correct. The only time it's going to affect her would be if she's a citizen and wants to turn around and file for her parents, then it would affect her parents' case, but it's never affecting her. But it would never be affecting her.
Okay, so the other question is, Brad, so is it the new public charges already blocked, though, right?
It's blocked for adjustment of status here. And although it's in effect at the U.S. embassies abroad, I have not seen them start to enforce those new rules because we're still waiting on a form to fill out so that they can adjudicate the new public charges. So when that form comes out, that's when they're going to start doing it, and I'm sure it'll be very shortly.
Okay, so she can receive whatever right now, so she's okay, so no worries.
No worries.
Okay, thank you, Brad. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Happy Thanksgiving, and I
too.
wish you a long life.
Thank you. I wish the same to you. Happy, healthy. Thank you. All right, let's go to Craig in Orlando, Florida. Craig.
Hello.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my friend, he did his adjustment of status in September, did his fingerprint in October. He got 3 charges last week.
What were the charges?
On aggravated battery, tempered witness to hinder communication to Leo, and false imprisonment.
That sounds like a very serious, 3 serious offenses.
So will that affect his case?
Absolutely. Those sound like 3 serious offenses. Witness tampering, false imprisonment, battery, which is assault. That sounds very, very serious. If he's found guilty, it sounds deportable to me. It sounds like it's certainly not good moral character if he's found guilty. Of course it's going to affect him.
So what if his wife dropped the cases? Is it still going to be a problem?
Well, the problem is this. Even though the wife drops the case, it's not the wife's case in a criminal. In a criminal case, it's the people's case. The people of the state of Florida, if this is where it happened, it's the people of the state of Florida who bring a case against somebody in a criminal matter. the wife or your wife, whoever this is a victim and a witness to what went on. But just because she refuses to cooperate and be a witness doesn't mean there's no more case, doesn't mean they can't prove the case, and doesn't mean now that, the wife would have a problem for maybe even, a lot of times they would say, okay, well then if you're not going to cooperate, we're going to charge you with, false charges of that sort of nature. So just because the wife doesn't want to cooperate or drop the charges doesn't necessarily mean that happens. It all depends. It's fact specific. A lot of times, this situation, the police saw what was going on. The police becomes the fact witness, So I think this person, whoever it is, whether it's you or your friend or your cousin or your neighbor, they need a consultation. So hold on one second. All right. Let's go to Jennifer in Brentwood, New York. Jennifer, how are you?
How are you? Good night.
Good night.
Brad? Okay, I did my citizenship 2 years ago, and I wanted to know if I could file for my granddaughter. She's 23, and she's living in the United States.
No, unfortunately, you can't do anything for your granddaughter as a 23-year-old woman. So she was going to have to figure out her own way.
Okay, and so can I file for my daughter?
You can
if
file
she's
for your,
in the country too?
You can file for your daughter, but that won't help your granddaughter.
Yeah, but my daughter is almost 40. I don't know.
Yeah, you can absolutely. Yeah, as long as you're a citizen, you can always file for your children.
Yes, it doesn't matter what age, and
doesn't matter your
my
age.
daughter is in the U.S.
That's
with
fine.
me. But
That's fine.
That's fine
That's
too.
Fine. Yep. Hold on one second. All right, let's go to Michelle in Miami, Florida. Michelle.
Yeah, hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I have a question. I'm good. And you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay. My son filed for his dad in Jamaica, and all the paperwork was approved in the United States. But when he went to Jamaica, he got denied. He got denied from getting the visa to come here.
Why?
Because he had a charge. Somebody had put some cannabis in his bag when he was traveling in 95, 96, and it was dismissed.
Well,
but
this is the situation. Okay. All right. Somebody put some marijuana in his bag, and he was traveling, and he got caught in the airport. When you have drugs in your bag at an airport, you are a drug smuggler under the immigration laws. And even if you ultimately were found innocent, the fact that you were possessing it and they have reason to believe that you were smuggling drugs at one point, whether you knew or didn't know, he got, I'm sure, deported at the airport, or if this was in another country. If you are a suspected drug trafficker, that would bar you for life from ever getting a green card. So, and these are very, very fact-specific cases.
Oh, so they can't.
Based on what you told me, no, but I said they're very fact-specific. I mean, we could certainly take a look at it, but it's very fact-specific. But I would tell you, generally speaking, as a general rule, you have drugs in your suitcase crossing a border into another country. That's the definition of drug smuggling, drug trafficking.
Okay.
All right, so that's a problem. Even if you're not found guilty of it, if you are a suspected past, present, future drug trafficker, that bars you under the immigration law. So they don't even have to it's the only time where they can suspect you of criminal activity and not have a criminal conviction behind it and bar you from entering America. It's drug smuggling and drug trafficking.
Okay.
All right. But hold on if you want to. We could certainly take a look at it, but hold on one second. Let's go to Sharon in Atlanta, Georgia. Sharon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm calling for my uncle who is currently living in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me okay?
I do.
Okay. So, in the 90s, he was here. He was married, got a green card, eventually got divorced and went back to Jamaica, and the green card expired. About 3 years ago, he got a fiancé visa, went to California, got married within the 3 months, but it didn't work out, and he returned before the 3 months were up.
Okay.
So now he's trying to figure out. He did not get divorced yet, and that was 3 years ago.
Okay.
So he's trying to figure out if he would still be able to re-enter and apply for either his green card, or would he have to just go through the whole process again?
Well,
getting a visiting visa.
He can apply for a green card if the wife wants to give him an affidavit of support, even though it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But without an affidavit of support from the wife, there's nothing that can be done. He should get divorced and now try a third way.
Okay, so if she's willing to do an affidavit of support.
Yes, because with a fiancé visa,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you can prove it was bona fide at the time of marriage, you don't have to prove it's bona fide today.
Okay.
And you can prove it was bona fide at the time of marriage, and the wife's willing to give an affidavit of support, that's what's required.
Okay, so she wouldn't have to do like another filing or anything like that. She would just have to consent.
But you see, the problem is, now I'm just thinking it through. He's in Jamaica.
Right.
So the only way you would be able to do it is adjustment. You wouldn't be able to do it visa processing, but he already left the United States. So when he would come back, it would not be entering on a fiancé visa. It would be entering on a different type of visa. So I take back my answer, actually.
Okay.
No, because had he stayed in the U.S., even as an overstay, he could have filed an adjustment under matter of cesse because his last entry was as a fiancé, and the wife was willing to give an affidavit of support. But once you leave, the fiancé visa is only valid for one-time entry.
Right.
He would be coming back to do matter of cesse on a different type of visa, and then he's not as a fiancé. He entered as a tourist, and then matter of cesse would not apply to him anymore. You can't do matter of cesse at the embassy. So as I give more thought to it, unfortunately, there's nothing he can do unless he wants to get back together with his wife, and his wife wants to file a visa petition for him and prove they're back together in a bona fide marriage, and he can get his green card and come to America. But that would be the wife refiling for him now.
So she would have to go through the whole filing again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I just need to know those options.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right, let's go to Sam in Pasadena, California. Sam. Hold on.
Hi, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Sam.
All right. So I have two quick questions for you.
By the way,
one
I'm just getting under the table because it's one of those days, one of those weeks where everything just falls apart. And look what happened. My wires are all getting tangled. Sam, go ahead now, and I can continue. It's one of those days that, you know, Murphy's Law, anything that happens could happen anyway. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have two quick questions for you. I have a refugee travel document that is expiring in 5 months. But because
what type of document did you say?
Refugee travel document.
Refugee travel document. Okay, where are you originally from?
Iran.
You're from Iran originally. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So because the travel document expires in less than 6 months, when I want to travel to some countries, they require a 6 months valid travel document.
Right.
So can I apply for a renewal, or I have to wait? Okay.
No, apply for the renewal now.
Okay. Do I have to return it or mail the current document, or just
just apply for the new one. Just apply for the new one.
Okay.
Right.
Great. And then one more question. So when I have a refugee travel document, I'm traveling with it, and when I apply for a green card based on refugee status, while that one's pending, do I still need to get an advance parole, or
you can travel on the reentry refugee document or the advance parole. I would recommend the advance parole.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great.
All right.
That answers my question.
Okay.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Adam in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Adam.
Yes.
Hi, Adam.
Hi.
What can I do to help you?
I'm Mr. Brock.
Yes.
Yes. My question is I have treated your eyes before.
What?
I've been in.
You had a what?
I have treated your eyes.
Jonathan, do you hear what he's saying? You have 3 DUIs.
No, I
Thank you.
I should turn on the TV again.
You have,
I turn on TV.
you don't have
Yes, I have treated your eyes before. and I was like really sad. It was a death bed. So recently I've been in New York States for like.
Well, hold on. We're going to have to get a better connection for you. All I heard was that he has 3 DUIs and he's sad.
Okay. Yeah.
See if someone can get a better connection for Adam. We'll come back to him. Let's go to Hafiz in New York. Hafiz.
Hi, how are you, Mr. Brad?
How are you?
Hello.
Go ahead, Hafiz.
Mr. Brad, I have a quick question. Actually, I'm in removal proceedings in New York, and I got married. My wife was a citizen, and we had the adjustment application, and they put us on the Stokes interview,
right?
And unfortunately, they denied because there were some inconsistencies in some answers. So my question is, should I appeal this decision or should I refile it?
Are you in a real marriage with your wife?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so and there was inconsistencies, then refile it again and prove it's a real marriage.
So should I bring new evidences? What kind of new evidences should I bring to
the new evidence?
To show...
This is the new evidence. You and your wife appear at an interview, and the same words come out of your mouths. That's the evidence. You got to pass your interview.
Right.
So why would there be inconsistencies? You got to figure out what was the inconsistencies. Why did you have those inconsistencies?
Actually,
if you live together and you think about your answers ahead of time, and you live together and you have a financial relationship together, it should all go very smoothly. Okay? It's when there's something less than that it still may be a real marriage. Nobody's saying it's a fake marriage or a false marriage or a business marriage. But when you have something even a little less than that, that's when everything just starts unraveling.
Mr. Brand, when we went last time, actually it was like the inconsistencies were like very little, but like we felt, especially the officer, was really rude for no reason. Was super rude.
So then my opinion is, if it's a real you do not appeal, because appeals take forever. My opinion is refile, and you would get a new interview with a new officer, and be prepared this time. Be better prepared this time. And hold on, hold on. That's what I would do. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's go to Romar in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Romar.
Hello, how you doing, Brad?
How are you, Romar?
I'm doing good. All right, so I've done message on the app. I'm sorry. I messaged you guys on the Facebook, and you have answered some of my questions. But I currently on a contract, a J1 visa internship contract, right? And I'm trying to get my 2-year rule waive before I go back to Jamaica, or even so I'm trying to apply for another job, change my status to like an H2B rather than going back to Jamaica.
What is your question? You have a 2-year home residence requirement. You don't want to go home. What is your question?
Yes. So I have a 2-year rule residency.
I know that. What is your question?
I want to get it waived before I can apply for a different status in America.
So this is how you waive it. One of 3 ways. Okay. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 4 ways to do it. 5 ways to do it. One is you get a no objection letter from Jamaica that says they don't care whether you go back or not, and as long as the U.S. government didn't pay for your program here, they generally approve the no waiver, no objection letter. 2, you're doing something for the U.S. government, and the U.S. government files an interested government waiver for you that the U.S. government wants you to stay here. 3, you show hardship to your spouse or your children that are here, that they would suffer a hardship if you had to go home for 2 years. 4, I said 5 or 4? I guess there's only 4 then. 4 would be that a lot of times, especially in Jamaica, but around the world, they give you a 2-year home residence requirement based on a skills list, and you're not on that skills list. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a guy from Jamaica who came to work came on a J1 visa and worked at Great Adventure, and he was taking the tickets, before the person went on the ride. And he came on a J visa. Great Adventure, amusement park in New Jersey sponsored him, and he had a 2-year home residence requirement. And I looked at it and I said, what were you coming here to do? He goes, I was the ticket taker. And I said, and you're saying to me in Jamaica that this is a skill that is required in Jamaica to take tickets in an amusement park? That Jamaica's lacking this person for these skills? And we looked it up, and the embassy just completely blew it. And they made a mistake. There's a skills list for each country, and if that particular skill is not on that skills list, even though they say you have a 2-year home residence requirement, you just argue, I'm not on the skills list. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then you just make your application. So those are your options. I don't know what you were coming here to do, what your program was, but those are your options, and we can look at it further. So hold on one second. Mohammed in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Mohammed.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today? Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Got it.
Thank you. Your voice is kind of far. I'm sorry. I hardly can hear you.
You can hardly hear me. What about now?
Yeah, it's better.
Better. Okay.
I have a kind of a complex question. I entered the United States at 2005, January 2005, as a K3 visa fiance.
K3 or K1?
I think for K3.
K3. Okay, so that means you were not a fiance. You were already married to your wife, and then she sponsored you to come here to wait for your green card.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, unfortunately, I waited for 2 years to receive my green card, and then she applied for divorce. They denied my case. Mm-hmm. I moved to another state. I got married. 2009 again.
Right.
And I've been married since till now, but my wife kind of abandoned me. A lot of problems. I have 2 kids with her. And finally she said she applied for waiver for me with a new lawyer in Minneapolis. And then at the end, it didn't work out. She let me leave the house. She started taking advantage. She took some important paperwork from my suitcase.
Mohammed.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mohammed,
sir.
I don't want to listen to your whole story, but
okay. My question is, yes, sir.
Go
yes,
ahead.
Go ahead.
Tell me your question, and then I'll help you.
I'm looking for applying for VAWA as a self-petitioner, and I have many evidence to provide for psychological and financial and blackmailing and abuse, and So my question is right now. I just found out about VAWA, but unfortunately, it's not funded right now, and it's kind of suspended or something.
You can still file a VAWA right now. Do it.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
That's the answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Dave in Dallas. Dave.
Hey, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
All right. I filed, adjustment of status for my mother, and we got an interview date. They said that they were ready to schedule an interview date on November 20, but on November 21st they canceled the interview. I wonder why.
You want to why?
Wonder why?
Oh, you wonder why?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah. Where's your mom from?
My mother is from Nepal.
From Nepal. I don't know the reason why. It's usually one of 3. One is they didn't have the manpower to interview you. 2, they had...
Not for me, my mother.
For your mom. One is, I'm just giving generalities. Why do they cancel? One is they don't have the manpower. People call in sick. People take vacations. They look at the schedule and they say, well, we got 100 people to interview and only 50 slots, so somebody's got to be rescheduled. I mean, it could be as simple as that. A second reason is your mom's or yours or whoever it is, security clearances did not clear. There's a question about some
But
issue.
she got the advance parole today.
Okay, congratulations. I'm not telling you. You're asking me why. I don't have the slightest idea why. I'm just giving you all of the reasons why. Okay, it's something with her security clearances, or three. They just don't like people from Nepal. It's one of those three, literally. Okay, I don't know what it is, but this is what you do. Okay, you give them 120 days to reschedule. And if they don't reschedule in 120 days, that's when you know there's some sort of issue, and that's when you get a lawyer involved.
But she got the advance parole.
That's wonderful. That doesn't, but, that means that she has a pending case. Every person who has a pending case gets advance parole if you apply for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. So hang in there for 120 days and then call us back if you don't hear.
All right. Thank you, Brad.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. I was going to pull out the magic 8 ball, but we don't have time for the magic 8 ball today. We got to get through questions. Kay in Los Angeles, California. Kay.
Hello?
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
Yes, I called earlier, last 2 months. I said I'm done with my interview, which is I-485 with my wife. So before we got home, they approved the 130.
Great.
So, but now I haven't heard anything for the I-185.
All right, so
and
you got the
it's more than 5 months now.
You went for an interview. You got the I-130 approved, and you haven't heard about the I-485. The only reason the I-130 approved means that they said you're in a bona fide marriage. The I-485 is about whether you're admissible to the United States. So either there's an issue with your security clearance, or there's a criminal record, or some other undesirable reason that they feel about you to make you inadmissible to the United States. Or you've just been completely forgotten about. I don't know the answer. If you have a clean record, and you would know that, and
I have a clean record.
And you're otherwise admissible, and it's been 5 months, and they already approved the I-130, but not the I-485. I think what I would do in your particular case is something called the pre-litigation mandamus. Not necessarily sue the government, but put together a lawsuit and say, here's the lawsuit that's coming down your way, you better approve me. And generally when you send that to them and threaten the lawsuit, they'll approve the adjustment if you have a clean case. So that's what I would suggest.
I called them. I have a lawyer. I talked to them. They said my case is still within their processing time.
Who cares? Two things. One, who cares what their processing time is? They have 120 days from your interview to give you thumbs up or thumbs down. Period. And number two, when you call them, you're not even speaking to anybody with authority to approve your case, deny your case. The person that you're speaking to when you call them has as much authority as Dr. Yo-Yo next to me to approve your case. Zero. So it's worthless to call them because they're not giving you anything to push your case forward. They're just talking in circles. So you have 120 days. This is the law. Regardless of what their processing time is. They have, from the time of your interview, 120 days to give thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, you get a green card. Thumbs down, we're denying you, and these are the reasons. And if it's 120 days have passed since your interview, and they've done nothing, they're out of processing time by law, and that's when you start thinking about mandamus.
Okay. So when can I do that now?
You do it with me if you want. Hold on. Let's go to Realawan in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I hope I got that right. Realawan.
Yeah, you got it right.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm filing my removal of condition right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this question under the child to list the children. I and my wife, we don't have children together, but she has children in a previous marriage.
Okay.
Should I list those kids on the form or no?
Who's the petitioner?
I'm the petitioner.
For your wife?
I'm the she's petitioning for me.
She's petitioning for you. No, then you don't need to mention your wife's prior children. It's about your children. It's about your children.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Cecil in Queens. Cecil.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, Mr. Bernstein.
Good evening. What's going on?
Happy Thanksgiving when it comes, sir.
Hmm?
Happy Thanksgiving when it comes.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. All right. Me and my wife are here for some months now. We came on visitor visa.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. And our son, my stepson, he's going to file the petition for us.
All right, so your wife, you came on visitors visas, you and your son,
both of us.
and your
Our
wife
son,
is
yes.
filing
Our son
for
lives
you,
there.
and your wife is filing for your son.
No, I said he's going to file for both of us. We were
I
married
understand.
when he
Okay,
was
fine.
14 years old.
Got it. All right. So you and your
And
wife,
he's here.
let me just understand this straight. You and your wife came on visitors visas 5 months
Yes, sir.
ago. She has a
Yes,
son
sir.
from a prior relationship. That son's a U.S. citizen, and you
Yes.
married your current wife when your son was under 18, which makes him your
Yes, sir.
stepson, and you're going to file adjustments for both you and your wife. And your question is what?
Yes, sir. So, if the time passes, we have only a little over almost 2 weeks leave back. What will happen if we don't file it, the I-130 and the I-485 on time?
Well,
What
if
will happen after that?
you
We have to
file
seek
your
some consultation
adjustment,
from you?
if you file your adjustment, you can file your adjustment whenever you want. You'll still get your green cards. If you don't file it within the time period that you're allowed to be here, you'll be out of status until the day you file it. So let's say they gave you 6 months and you file it after 8 months. Those 2 months you're out of status. But then when they accept your application, you're back in status. Depends on how long you want to be out of status.
Oh, so I still can remain here and do it?
Yeah.
I still want to come in, but I want you to do it then.
Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. We're gonna try back to Adam in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We couldn't hear him before. He was the gentleman with the 3 DUIs.
Yes.
How are you,
yes,
Adam?
sir.
Now we got you. What's
I'm
going
doing
on?
okay.
All right. What's going
I
on?
have trouble connection with you because I love to see you.
Okay.
All time, you know.
Tell me what your question is.
So my problem is I have been since 2009 in the United States. I'm permanent resident. I have all my paperwork. I have everything. And my question is I had in trouble before. I had 3 DUIs.
What do you mean you have all your paperwork? You have a green card?
I do.
Okay.
Since
Where are you from, Adam?
with
Adam, where are you
and
from?
everything.
Adam, where are you from?
I'm from Morocco.
From Morocco.
I'm from Morocco.
When did you get your green card?
2009.
And when did you get your DUIs?
That was I had 3 of them.
When?
2011, and 2013.
All right, so 2 in 2011, 1 in 2013. You've been clean since.
No, but I was worried, because
Well,
everybody
just
was
answer my
telling
question.
me.
Just answer my question. You have 2 DUIs in 2011, 1 DUI in 2013, and since 2013 to the present, for these last 6 years, you've had a clean record. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so. And recently, I had I had to renew my green card, and it took a year.
But they did it.
No, it took 8 months
but they
to
did
renew
it.
my green card.
Okay, so
I just got it. I just got it recently.
all right, listen to me now. Generally speaking, and I'm saying on a general matter, a driving under the influence is not a deportable offense. A driving while intoxicated is a deportable offense. Those are 2 separate crimes. Assuming,
Yeah, but
just listen now.
Yeah,
Assuming,
but,
1 second, let me just finish and then I'll let you give the but.
Yes.
Assuming that you have DUIs and not DWIs, and it's been 6 years, it sounds like you would be eligible for citizenship because you would have 5 years good moral character. Tell me what your but is. But what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. when I have health condition, and recently because they got like, I cannot hear you.
Okay, Adam. For citizenship has nothing to do with your health condition. All matters is, do you have 5 years good moral character?
I know,
so,
sir. I know,
so the answer is, if you have a clean record, what's your question?
Simple.
What?
My question is like, recently, when I did not get my green card, I had like, because it took like about 8 months. Then I did the info pass, and they went to the immigration, and within a week I got my green card.
Adam, this is not a question. This
There
is another statement. Adam, what is the question?
Visiting my family.
Yes, I don't know whether you can visit your family or not, because I would have to see your dispositions to determine whether or not these DUIs are in fact DUIs and not DWIs, because I don't know until I look at your disposition. I can't tell you for sure whether you can travel, because a DWI would make you inadmissible and deportable. A DUI would not.
But I just seen the immigration, and they sent me my green card within a week.
Mazel tov, as they say in my religion. Just because they sent you a green card doesn't mean that they're not going to put you in deportation at the airport. Okay. So by the way, it took you 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Almost 5 minutes to get to the question, can I travel with 3 DUIs? Which could have been asked in 15 seconds. All right? And the answer is, generally speaking, a DUI you can travel, a DWI you cannot. Just because they gave you a green card back doesn't mean it's safe for you to travel. It's one of the biggest mistakes anyone ever makes. They gave me back my green card so I can travel now. That doesn't mean anything. And just because you're not deportable doesn't mean you're not inadmissible. So you need to have a lawyer look at everything first. Hold on 1 second. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.